And we did repossessions, you know, if you didn't pay your things. We were adjusters. And a friend of mine, we were both going over to this VA hospital. And I said, Gordon, what are we going to do? He said, we're going to repossess this guy's car. And I said, what is he? He said, well, he's a psychiatrist. And he's in the hospital. And I said, well, what happened? Well, he was having a problem with one of his patients, and he took a case knife and stuck himself in real close to his heart. I said, what? Yeah.
The patient struck him or he did?
The psychiatrist was having a problem with his own life, okay? You people will drive a psychiatrist to stick himself. Yeah, we
You'd
gotta
never
go
do
over.
that. You're not that insane.
We had to go over and tell him, his doctor, we're going to repossess your car. And I believe he said, oh, who cares? I just stuck myself
I've
in the
been
arm with a
considered a
knife.
very difficult patient. I've had 11 psychiatrists working on me all at once, and you know, trying to figure me out. And he's stuck with me for 5 years. I haven't driven him to complete
I haven't.
suicide.
My problem is I keep doing with the spoon. Right? The spoon just does not penetrate far enough into there. But
Your mother and dad would be.
I'm going for a fork next.
They would be so
That's
proud.
by the way, that is a true story. We did repossess his car right off the lot, you know.
That was before he realized that he could practice psychiatry. You know,
practice anything.
I've always thought that degrees, you know, people go around saying, I have a degree. I'm the only one that can talk to people. That's so much baloney. I mean, now, a degree doesn't help you to be able to, you know, to talk to people.
Wait a minute now.
If you have a great talent for talking to people, you...
Wait a minute. Now, I have to ask you this question.
Well, yes.
What is so much baloney? I mean, I don't get that one. Now, see, when I grew up, it was bullshit.
Oh.
And I didn't understand that one either. You know, like, well, that's bullshit, man. What?
Well, what do you think about this
baloney?
business? You know, in the hereafter, maybe you won't have to have a degree to talk
Everything's
to people.
metaphoric.
Because there won't be money, you know. I mean, obviously, if they
get
a degree,
you know,
and then they can go out, put their shingle up, talk to people, and they have a few other
What
things.
is this shingle?
They've got to, the worst part about it was being able to prescribe 95 drugs.
That's a difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist is hanging around with drugs. I don't understand you at all. What are you talking about? Oh, here, take some psychopath, take some
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Give you a hallucinogenic, you know, and
but guess what?
If you got a problem, just take another pill and get the hell out.
Guess what?
But
I'm one of these people that will not take pills. It'll mess me up. It's dangerous. So he has to treat me without taking any pills. I mean, that's why psychiatrists don't like me, because I will not take pills. I said, no, I'm not bipolar. I'm not having any of those pills. So one put me on antidepressants.
I can't even get this woman to take a lousy beer.
That's right.
Listen, the only thing this woman has ever done with me with liquor is I asked her one time to buy me a bottle of booze. Remember that? I gave you $20. I said, get me a bottle of vodka. So what does she get? She gets a $20 bottle of the most expensive bottle of booze you can get.
He drinks rock gut vodka. He's not going to last too long. But anyway, when you run into a patient that needs talking, that needs somebody to understand her, and she won't take any kind of pills, no alcohol, nothing. So I needed someone who would not prescribe me pills, but would give me the kind of treatment that I need, that I've always told psychiatrists I needed, was someone to talk to, intelligent, someone who would have the patience.
Well, I hope when you find this person,
single day.
When you find this person, you let me know.
I have. I've come down here, whether you know it or not, for my psychiatric care. Every day, as bad as it is.
I did not know that.
Well,
I should be charging you. I give her money to go out and buy food for us. And now,
I mean, there's no sex between us. The talk, the understanding is what is so valuable to me, so important, that he can actually get to the level where he can understand. You know, he spent hours and hours. He's filmed me. He could spend a year looking at films of me. He's a studier. I'll come down here and he'll be looking at a film of me, studying my idiot.
It's pretty redundant, isn't it? Folks, this is an 46-inch one. We're sitting here looking in a mirror, you know, like, oh, holy
He's
crap.
laughing. I come in, there's me on the big screen. He's not been watching this for a long time. You know, he dismissed all these other patients. He said, I don't have time for the other patients. They're boring. They're not even interesting. I've dismissed them, and I'm just going to devote my life to you.
But the rest of them were scary as hell.
Yeah, that would attack him.
They're
Just threw him on the floor. They were dangerous, violent ones. He took the violent one and said, I can't deal with that violent. But me, I haven't attacked him, so he decided to devote his life. He hopes to become famous from analyzing me endlessly.
You know, folks.
A psychiatrist hopes for one great patient.
This is a case study. This is a case study.
Exactly. He's told me many times, I have never run into a case like yours.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you have.
I've never run into a woman like you before.
Yeah, but he means a case. He's been studying my case.
I said I've never run into a more interesting woman than you.
See, psychiatrist. Yeah, so that's why he takes films of me, endless ones. I mean, no psychiatrist that I have ever known would ever be any more devoted than he is.
And that's why I don't
spend hours studying me.
That's why I do not read your blog, okay? Because then I would have probably a bias against you. That would screw up the whole relationship, you know? I mean, holy crap.
I just put in my blog a lot of these videos we've made. I mean, you've seen them. So,
seen him, I was in them.
I mean, he bugs me all the time. Make more. He wants to make more studies of me. Because he feels that I will make his name.
No, actually.
Even a late fortune.
No, actually, what I feel is I could drop dead today, right? Or tomorrow. You might not be here either, right?
Here they are. There's a whole pile of them over there. And somehow or another, he's hoping that, and then there's 300 up on YouTube, but he figures in a lot of them because he's hoping that people will eventually discover.
I'm in every one of them.
Yes, he'll eventually discover what a fascinating psychiatrist he's been to me. The evidence is there of his brilliance, of his understanding. You know, what other psychiatrist would admit right on camera that he was an alcoholic, he had a problem, he's so honest. He admits he's an alcoholic.
How much money do you want? Just go ahead. Take my credit card. Just destroy it. I just told you the story about the psychiatrist. It's true. He stuck a case knife and stuck it right here. Missed his heart by that much, right? The knife's still sticking out. No, it wasn't sticking out when we got there, but you know, I mean.
Well, that shows that they're human.
Well, now,
psychiatrists are just human.
All right, but the highest rate. Now wait a minute. The highest rate, and I don't know if you maybe you probably don't know this. Used to be the highest rate of psychiatrists, suicides were psychiatrists. The highest rate of suicide, professional, people. But then they dropped down a little bit. You know what the second is? Now the highest is dentists.
Oh, yes. Well, listen, I'll tell you why psychiatrists don't want his study of me to come out, because that'll encourage people to think a degree is not necessary to practice psychiatry. They don't want that. impression.
Does the word voodoo mean?
Voodoo.
Does the word medicine man? I'm not hold on, mean anything to you. I mean,
see, there's the idea
by the
floating
way,
around.
They did have their own little herbs and medicines and. Oh man, that Jimson weed, that'll blow me away. Jimson weed?
See, he went out. He went out. Now this is how remarkable this man is. He went out to make a study of the homeless. And I'm sure he was hoping that he would find a very remarkable person out there that was practically homeless, destitute, disabled. And he kept finding a bunch of, he said they were, what do you call them?
U-Pahs.
U-Pahs.
You want to explain what that means?
What? Useless pieces of
shit.
But, he finally gave up his search. He thought he'd never find a
but
rare...
you know what?
A rare...
I found you.
Yeah, he did. And all of a sudden he found me and he...
But you weren't homeless.
I've never... Well, yeah, but I was practically next door.
Well, you're upstairs, but you're not homeless.
I was living in poverty all my life. And he found me, and he's told me time and again, I've never met any woman like you. So you can see.
That was a compliment. I said, you're the most interesting woman I have ever met.
I know it. He
that was the nicest way I could put it.
He went in this whole hotel. He thinks this full of U-Pahs, and all of a sudden, who does he meet? Me.
Oh.
A diamond in the rough.
Yeah, with
a precious jewel.
With polish, you would be a diamond in the rough, all right?
And he couldn't believe his luck. I mean, it made all his homeless odyssey worth it.
Boy, it did.
To find. He turned into a hopeless drunk. He was trying to kill himself, and he found a precious diamond.
No, actually, I was a moderate drunk, but after I met you, I thought, hell with it.
Oh, he's just
I'm
kidding.
going over the edge,
kidding.
baby.
He still can't believe he's lucky. Can't believe it enough to quit drinking, to give up despair. He's still acting like he's living a boring, horrible, useless loser life when he's actually having a ball.
I basically had that all my life, I mean, what?
Yes, he did.
What's the big deal? If you're not enjoying life, then change your life to where you could enjoy it. And you can do that. If you don't have the mental capacity to do that, then you're pretty much SOL. That's where you start.
The problem is he's shortening his wonderful life.
Oh, there we go.
He is shortening it daily because he cannot bring himself. He can't give up his. Life is not worth living.
Yeah, right. Tell me about that story.
It's a world of U-Pahs.
Tell me about that story you just came down with your 90-year-old and the 84-year-old.
They went out on a snow trek with their Jeep, and they got in the snow.
Tell them.
They got in the snow.
Who was they?
My sister's 90-year-old brother-in-law.
90-year-old assholes out in a Jeep.
No, they're adventures. And I really admire that spirit of adventure. To think that you're living life to the fullest.
Yeah, that's
him, he still talks this language of despair, of failure. I failed. I couldn't win. People didn't appreciate my brains. They didn't appreciate me. My first wife shit on me.
Well, that's beside the point.
That's just, that just puts a knife in your heart. You never get over it. And I tried to tell him, we all have those terrible moments in our life. We all get disillusioned.
So what's this 90-year-old story about?
I just told it.
You didn't.
Well, you are still, I'm going to feel real bad when I come down here one day and you're expired.
No,
I'm going to feel real bad.
I'll be dead, okay?
Yeah, right.
But then you can look forward to me hanging around here, coming into your...
Oh, no, that's not even going to make me happy because you were here. You could have enjoyed a few more years with me.
Now, wait a minute.
And instead of that,
you've got at least 100 and something discs here. You can always play them back. And you can go.
I can't stand this. I can't stand his fatalistic, his determination, his half suicidal. I've tried to be his psychiatrist, trying to get him. Yeah. What do you call that? What do you call that? That's suicide. That's slow suicide.
Well, it's about as slow as I can get.
You know, instead of get up in the morning and say, I'll have just one drink. If I don't, then it'll be healthy. No, instead of that, he drinks one after another. So I've tried and tried to help him with his suicidal, half-suicidal tendencies.
I did not know that you were my doctor.
Yeah, man. Turnabout is fair play. I'm helping you, you're helping me.
Turnabout is fair play.
I've been a psychiatrist for a number of people. And I've tried to be his psychiatrist the best I can. He won't take advice. I've told him rehab. I've told him you'd be better off, man, if you just did rehab. Decided never to, give it up. I failed. He's a very hard case.
Don't feel bad. How many guys don't give the defense?
Many.
You got the defense posture. I told her, that's a defensive posture. Okay, now.
I tell my sons all the time, give it up, give it up. And they don't listen to me, No, not all of them. Sometimes they do. But people who get addicted, they tend not to listen to you. And so I'm resigned one of these days. I'm going to come down here and won't be here anymore.
Well,
and I'll be very sad.
Suppose you don't come down here, and I have to call you on the phone, and they say, guess what? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I guess I'll have to cross her off as one psychiatric patients.
Yeah, he's afraid I'm going to die first. Well, who do you think?
I'm not afraid.
I'm years older than he is. And I'm probably still going to outlive him because of his addiction. So,
Yes, but I'm not quite as chunky
every day I wonder how long I'm going to have my psychiatrist. And I just don't know how I can keep on having him forever.
I don't either.
On his diet. But what can you do is you have some failures. He'll be my biggest failure. The failure I had to.
Thank you, failure. Thank you,
the failure I had to convince this man. Rehab, whatever it takes.
By the way, that costs money. Do you have any money that you'd like to pony up for that?
No, but then you should do the poor man's version. Just slowly shut it down. With the sheer willpower. Try. If you don't have the money for rehab, but I think he could get into rehab if he was willing. If he needed help, but he won't commit himself. He can't even get his eyes operated on unless he commits himself.
If you poke me again, my eye might just pop out.
I'm sorry. So anyway, please, it always comes down to this in the end. It always comes down to this in the end.
Of course it is.
No, rehab.
Your whole life abounds around other people doing what you want them to do. And
that's why he's not doing it. People tried to get him to. People want to save his life.
Hello.
They want him to stick around, and he wants to die. He's got this.
You tell other people what to do, but if they don't do it.
Okay, just go ahead and do it, and then you'll find out, and you'll think what a damn fool you were.
I know.
You'll be on the other side, and you'll say, why did I do that? Why? And I'm going to pay attention to you because I'll be so mad at you. I'll be saying, no. I'll say, go haunt somebody else. See, he's half a mind. He's half a mind to commit himself to life completely. He's got the other mind, commit. He's half suicidal.
See, this was supposed to be my... If anybody ever watches this stuff, I start out, but guess who takes over? Listen, this woman weighs more than I do. She weighs more than I do. She could probably beat the crap out of me.
He would not admit that that he has this half-suicidal urge.
Well, you have a suicidal urge
If you
too.
see very long here, see, sipping, and it's got a deadly poison in it that is going to kill him. And he's already killing him. His liver, maybe, it feels very hard. As his psychiatrist, I know a little bit about this.
Because there ain't nothing happening down here, baby. It's all over.
He's into denial. He feels that he can put poison in here.
I am not denying that this is all over. This is all over. This ain't nothing happening here.
This is the end.
Well,
one of these days,
deal,
all of a sudden, it's going to break loose.
I know.
Say, I'm sorry, buddy. You're
And you got a 90-year-old and an 84-year-old out there in a Jeep.
Believe me, they do not. They do not take any poison in their bodies like that.
Well, I don't want to live that long.
Oh, listen to him. Here he is. I don't want to live that long. See, he's trying. He's trying to do it. He's trying to do it.
Folks, we're not going to edit this because this is so
blood
outrageous.
Vessels are going to give way one of these days. You'll feel it. The slow erosion of his blood vessels. Maybe down here. Esophageal hemorrhage.
Don't reach any lower than that because
ulcer hemorrhage.
It's all down here.
Blood.
This is your old boyfriends and ex-husbands or whatever.
I've had considerable alcoholic members die of alcoholism, so I know
Okay.
how the end goes. I know.
I haven't.